All right, welcome back, everybody, to the InkCasters Saga. We are here with a full house tonight. Vibes are super high for our episode. We were 2 weeks off, but that is because we have been working incredibly hard as a team, testing like crazy for all of the big events coming up, including this past weekend's SSG Invitational that the man, the myth, the legend, Easy Kill Ezekiel represented the team well in second place for the squad, along with some performances from the team for the Fable tournament that led into that on Saturday. So we're just gonna jump right in and talk to the man of the hour here because he is drafting at the same time. Zeke
Won't pick up. Won't pick up. What's up? What's up?
won't pick up. Uh, Second place, my dog. You took it down, huh?
Yeah. Sunday was pretty crazy. Like super stacked room. I mean, 12 golden Mickeys. In the room. I mean, every single round was against like a really good opponent. Um, Round one, I played against green purple. Koliopos. It's like green. It was like green purple tempo. That deck's like kind of easy for blue steel Alice because he just doesn't have like very many outs to the Alice or like especially like the Chempo combo. Because he was more like aggro centric, wasn't running as many like foxes. He wasn't running as like many foxes and crabs and stuff. So once the like Chempo comes down, like it's really hard for him to clear. Round two, that was probably my actually toughest matchup, toughest game of the day. I played against this guy named Mike on Blue Steel. It was like a very similar list to what Justin was running in top eight, where it was like that more like mid-range blue steel where he wants to like ramp onto. He's playing Hirams, he's playing like Pops. He's trying to get like the big Tama down. He's playing the Namari. Um so he actually took game one. Game two I only won because I had like a huge board. We both basically had like two huge boards, but mine was a lot of like questers, whereas his has a lot of he had like a lot of clearing power. I just wasn't didn't have enough lore to like turn sideways. Because the minute I turned sideways, he could just full clear the whole board. But then I drew into a Vinny, so I just play the Vinny, ward the Vinny, quest out, and then if he clears my board, I just win. And if he doesn't clear the board, then I just win. So then his only out was trying to get Big Tama and like dime out, but he just didn't. He didn't have the dime or the Big Tama already, so it was too hard for him to get out. And then game three, he just had like a super slow start. And I hit like perfect curve, and I just like won like super fast. But game two was like super sweat. Like I honestly thought I was about to get 2-0 like pretty easily. But the Vinny like came in super clutch.
Yeah, and
Um,
that's a one of in that deck, wasn't it?
Yeah, a lot of one-ofs in the deck actually.
Yep.
Like Lilo was a one-of. Um,
Baymax, right?
Baymax was a one-of. Vinny was a one-of. Vinny was probably like the best one-of on the day. The Lilo is actually super helpful too. Um, but so and then round three, I played against round three I played against Mark, the guy who won the Jafar tournament, beat Dylan in finals.
Wow, Dylan catching a poor stray over there.
Oh, you get revenge
Um,
for me?
but I 2-0'd him. I got revenge.
Was
I
that
got
the one that was super fast? Like I was keeping up in the Discord because we were out of town, and next thing you know, they're like, "Oh, Zeke already won," and we're like, "What? That was fast."
Yeah, well, yeah, he was playing like yellow steel, like aggro, and like I won the dice roll. So game one, like he just can't go. Like game one, that deck does like on the draw, that deck doesn't can't really win very well. And I hit like a really nice line. And then game two, even though I was on the draw, I hit like Pop Bell, Storm, saw then another Storm into like perfect curve as well. And I just like, and then like I saw the strengths as soon as I played my three drop as well. So he was just like, he couldn't like quest at all because it just instantly, his whole board just instantly got cleared. And then if he
Hmm.
can't like get enough lore by like turn four, I just have like a huge draw advantage with Hiram, and like the Alice's can come down like go super fast. Um,
Shout out to that savvy sailor.
yeah, Savage Sailor is super strong. Card's super busted. Round four, I played Jeremy. From the what's their podcast called? The
Oh, Zam's crew?
Club
yeah,
Lorcana
Club
Club
podcast?
Lorcana.
O'Connor,
Club
yeah.
Yeah.
Lorcana.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Club Lorcana podcast. Played Jeremy. He's like the host. He does like the Twitter Spaces. He was playing like Yellow Steel, but with like the princesses. Um,
Hmm.
the only thing like with that deck is they don't even have Rhino, so they just have like legit no out to Alice. He has like the queen in there, but the problem is once he shifts the queen, pumps something up to like trade with the Chempo, he can't like net minus the Chempo because it's warded. So whatever he swings into the Chempo, like trades with it. But if I have like another anything with like three strength, it then just kills the queen instantly because she has to turn sideways.
Yeah.
Uh, so even if he like shifts queen, kills the Chempo, that deck doesn't have like enough attackers to then kill the Alice, and then you just kill the queen, and then just play like another Pluto or Chempo or something, and then you just keep questing with Savvy Sailor. And like the thing with Alice is so fast. Um, if you don't, if you let your opponent get like three, four Savvy Sailor quests in, like the game's probably over. It's just too fast. Like two lore plus the extra lore it gives, and then other stuff sitting behind the bodyguard as well. So that stuff's questing. Um, and then round five played Chuck, who beat me 2-1. Which put me in a spot. There was no IDing, so it put me in a spot where I was on a winning in. Um, because in round six, Chuck played Justin, um, and um, Kamal played Justin the round before. And then Kamal lost in round six. But Justin beat Chuck, so Kamal would have the best breakers as the X2. So Kamal would get in. He would if like I lost, I would be like ninth and he would be eighth. So I had to win round six. And it was against like green yellow just in time, which is like kind of awkward for my deck. Because I don't have like very many outs if they go super wide.
Hmm.
And they can kind of go fast too. Um, but thankfully, game one and game two were like super just kind of like on the play. Like that person won. And then game three, I had a play where I reload my bell so that on turn three and he quests with the daisy so that the bell could kill the daisy. And then he had to ink the Rapunzel because he couldn't then like ink play Rapunzel. And that deck, the thing is that deck only draws Rapunzel the
Yeah.
way it's set up because he's not running like the big green yellow tramp. So like if he doesn't get Rapunzel off on four, like he's in a super bad spot. And he gets put super behind, and then I can start putting the big bodyguards out. And then at that point, like he just doesn't have very much to like clear the big bodyguards. Because he's more like quest centric.
And that was against Nathan, right?
Yes, yeah, Nathan,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So that was the one I was watching when you were on stream for that one for anybody that was watching, or if you go back and look, I mean, you locked the hell out of that game with the double chimpo. Like two thick boys down, like there was nothing. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, well, this is over. Like
Yeah, the double
he-
jump rope was like disgusting.
yeah, that was pretty nuts. Did you have both of them in your hands or did you top deck the other one? I
Um,
couldn't tell.
yeah, I think I topped like the second one.
No.
I had like some decent draw going, I believe that game, because I think I had like one or two Hiram quests in that game. So I don't think I was like top decking at any point. But I was always in like a pretty decent spot, with cards. And then top eight, I played, um, Ben. His name's Ben, right? Fishman, Fishman. What's his real? It's Ben, right? Yeah, I think it's Ben. He was on Yellow Steel. I played a lot of Yellow Steel. He was on Yellow Steel aggro, the same thing Mark was on. That was 2-1, but like very similar thing. I was able to steal one on the draw. He was the higher seed, but I was able to steal game one on the draw because I saw like a lot of like my removal with like pop bell and then like removal into that. And if like you see that start, it's just really hard for them to come back. And then like if I steal one on the draw, it's just a lot harder for him to steal on the draw because he doesn't have like as much removal. Um, and he doesn't have like as much easy way to set up that removal. Um, and I have like a lot more wards, so I can like negate his removal. So
Right.
he's really banking like winning on the play with questing out. Um, then in round two, I played literally the top four. I played literally the exact same deck. Hayden was on it, but it was a 2-0.
And
Um,
then
Very smart of him.
And then Chuck at the end.
And then Chuck gave me
Which
the workaround.
Chuck did give you the workaround. So
Chuck,
Chuck, you played you twice, huh?
yeah, Chuck told me, yeah, I only lost on the day with a Chuck.
So overall, I mean, amazing. Super proud of you. We're super pumped. The squad there backing you up. That was there participating. So I think we were all super happy, not only for you, but as a team as well as we're continuing to try to establish ourselves in this market. Place having someone from the team not only participate, multiple members, but having someone that not only top eight but finished in second place was, I think, a huge accomplishment not only for you but the squad in itself. So kudos to everyone that participated in that. Question for all the others that were participating. So we know Amber Steel. We did a crap ton of testing going into this. Like I know we had a bunch of people over at my house. We were meeting up places to practice, practicing online. What did we end up seeing from decks at Invitational in that Infinity format? That were we expecting to see that much Amber Steel? I mean, there was a ton of aggro from what I've heard. Did we see items? Because I know we were testing for items as well. So you all that participated, what did you see? Matt, Nixon, Mai.
I'll take it
Yeah,
away.
yeah,
It's
go for it.
fine. We saw a bunch of amber steel. I'll be honest with you. We tested blue steel, blue steel, blue steel, red blue, blue steel, more blue steel. That's what we thought was gonna show up. I hit amber steel and green purple. When O2 drop was I had probably zero testing into both those decks. My deck cannot clear evasive fast enough, and then definitely cannot deal with Rhino without Storm or sorry Strength.
Yeah.
But still, got to pass the resist. Wasn't expecting a lot of Amber Steel, and we weren't expecting a lot of aggro. Period. We were expecting everybody to be on red blue on the red blue train because of Hiram being back. Not a lot. I think there was one person on green yellow discard, and I was like, dang, that's not that. That probably would have been a good idea as well. But at the same time, I locked in with blue steel. Like, had to do one final ride with my lucky rabbit. He doesn't rotate, but obviously he let me down. So it happens. Saw a lot of aggro, lost to a lot of aggro. It is what it is. Still had fun though. I cheered on my goat Ezekiel. And had a great time. Sat there for every round. Every round he comes over to me, gives me a high five. He's like, "I got it again." And I was like, "Yeah." So cheering
Yeah,
on him was super fun.
dude,
I'd do it again.
having Nixon and Matt there, like, just like they just like held down like a little like table in the corner, and I would just like go over there after every win, and I would just like it was just nice like having like a little spot I could just go over to like immediately and just like
Hmm.
immediately start talking and like joking around, just to like kind of like ease
Yeah,
like
a little decompress, a little
yeah.
decompress sesh before you go
because you
into
Once
your
could
you
next
lose.
round.
once you hit like once you're like 3-0 and you're like 4-0, but you can't like ID. Like it gets like stressful because now it's like okay, like I can actually top eight, but like if I lose one or two, like it's just done. Uh,
No,
so it gets like very stressful, and it was nice. I kept coming over. It was funny because the week before we did a lot of testing, like 2 weeks out, but last week I didn't really do any testing. I kind of just played like Pokemon all week. I I like
yeah,
I just played like Pokemon like on the computer, and I was just playing Grimmsnarl with like Secret Box Arvin. So I just
yeah.
came over
Shout
and
out to Grimmsnarl.
I would come over and I'd be like, oh dude, that game was easy, but like if I had Arvin Secret Box there, it would have been so much easier. So I was like, I just want my and then I would sit down and start watching Pokemon videos.
Oh
we
my.
we would ask him, what would make your life easier? Like, what do you need? He goes, Arvin's secret box. That's all I want. That's all he kept saying. That's all I want. Arvin's secret
That's
box.
all I
I can get
wanted.
3 cards of my choice. That's all I want. And I was like, all right, I can't get you that, but keep doing what you're doing.
That
Wrong
card
game,
So
sir. Wrong game.
was broken.
Dylan, what did you end up taking into the Infinity format?
So I like was back and forth between decks, and I actually decided the morning of to just play red blue, because I figured it was the strongest deck for the room, for the format, and then I didn't expect to see a lot of aggro either, or discard. I thought it was going to be a lot of items. That's kind of what we all thought. So yeah, I brought red blue. Did okay. Sixth round is a winning in for me. And didn't I played Amber Steel aggro and got just smoked. Like I bricked on top of him having like a nuts opener. So
Mm.
literally nothing I could do there. But yeah, it was fun. I mean, it was awesome to see Zeke do really good. A lot of my matches, it was like the opposite because I didn't like all my matches. I ended up having a draw in round two, and most of my matches went to time because I was playing red blue. So it's kind of like a different feeling than when you're playing a fast deck. Like you're playing nonstop. You're ending a round, you're going right into the next one. So you're just kind of you don't really have a second to like chill. But yeah, having a draw, like I started off round one against Beefcake on Blue Steel, and I think Red Blue is a little bit favored there. I actually played him in the Saturday tournament too, and that was my first time playing him. He's a super awesome dude. And then round two, I had a draw against the mirror items. Round three, I think I played Hector and went to time, barely got that one. It was just like nonstop going to time. Um, my only two losses were to Chuck as well in like round four,
Man,
and
we've got a team nemesis, huh?
yeah, that was actually the first time Chuck's beaten me out of like the six times we've played. But his deck is definitely kind of tech for like red blue. And yeah, he has some interesting card choices in there for that matchup. So yeah, he got me, and then I lost to another Amber Steel aggro. Just it's a tough matchup. You have to see like the perfect answers on curve. So, but it was a really fun day, and I'm super stoked for Zeke. It's awesome to see one of our teammates getting all the way to the finals in a tournament like that. Like you said, it's no that room was no joke.
Yeah.
Like 60, I think it was 61, just very talented Lorcana players.
I mean, there was
Um,
people that I mean, Bivens was in the room. I mean, he's a world competitor, right? Like,
yeah. Bivens and you know what I mean. You got
yeah,
these all
there's
these big names, Jonathan Williams, and it's cool because you get to hang out with all of them and we're all talking and stuff. But uh, yeah, I'm just super stoked for Zeke, and it was a really fun weekend, Saturday included too. I know we didn't really talk about it, but Saturday was a lot of fun as well. I mean, Saturday there was some hiccups, but we can get into that
yeah,
later.
Some hiccups.
we're working backwards from Sunday into Saturday. Um
Yeah,
Nixon, I'll go to you next here, bud. So O2 drop also, like
Yep.
Matt. I know you guys were a little bummed. Did you take Blue Steel also? I didn't know what you were on.
Yes, I also took a blue steel. It
Were
was
you on
more
the
of a. I'm sorry.
were you on the same 60 as Zeke or a different?
No, honestly should have been on the same 60, but I ultimately decided on a mid-range blue steel
Hmm.
list that on paper looked good and it honestly felt good, but just like everyone else, we weren't really expecting the Amber Steel aggros to do as well as they did. Um, Honestly, like I don't regret my decision of playing the deck. I don't regret not playtesting against Embryo aggro as well. Um, there's really not much you can do in testing for that matchup. It's like either they open the stones and go wide and win, or they break and you win.
And you win.
So
Yeah.
yeah, but unfortunately, every time I went against it, they just opened the stones and I lost pretty quickly both my games. But honestly, at the end of the day, it didn't really matter. Zeke just carried us, performed well. There was almost we almost left after round four to actually go back to Zeke and Mai's house and start updating decks for Fable format. But Zeke just continued winning. We're like, oh, let's just say one more round. Let's just say one more
One
round.
more
Let's
round,
see.
one more round,
But
one more
and
round.
then he lost, I think round five or round four. And I'm like, maybe we just stay this last round just in case he loses. He just gets top 16. We can leave early. But then he won the last round and just continued winning. And we just ended up staying the whole time, supporting Zeke, and then honestly, it was a fun time. Long day, but like I said, no regrets, and just looking forward to CCS this weekend.
This weekend.
The new
It's
format.
it's always that one more game. One more game.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, it's 1:30 and you're signing off from playing poke, right, Matt?
Yeah.
And last but certainly not least, to kind of wrap up Invitational here, my one of the only two ladies representing in that huge group at SSG, your experience and any takeaways from the event for you.
I mean, first of all, I just want to say it was just such an incredible honor, just like, among all these people being like one of the only two girls, women being invited to it in the first place. So many talented players playing. I was scared. Um, I was playing Purple Steel. Honestly, I didn't even build a deck until 12 hours before the event started because I had no clue what to play. We tested everything and nothing felt right. And I lived by the purple steel. I'll just die by the purple steel in this with this infinity format.
Hey,
Um
the purple steel's what got you there. I mean, yeah,
yeah,
you got the invite, but you earned the invite just like everyone else. So kudos to you to you and to everyone else that got invited.
thank you. Yeah, it was honestly like I couldn't believe it. And I played my first round. It was Yellow Steel Aggro, which I didn't expect like the others to be there because of the presence of Blue Steel and Red Blue with Hiram being able to be played there. So I was surprised because it is like an easier matchup for me, I want to say. So I won that one against, I want to say, Kevin. His username was different, but I think that was his name. Um, and then my next round, I played against RMB. And I was like, oh no. I was like, I've never played him before, but here he is. And I was super scared. I was shaking the entire time. I was underdraw as well, and he was playing on red blue items. Fortunately for me though, he didn't really see the nuts. Like he didn't see Popsicle a lot. Um, he got to the point like to win in the first round, and then I was on the play and won it on the play. And then in the third round, he didn't see Popsicle. He didn't see really the nuts that he needed to play against me when I'm playing really aggressively. So yeah, I won that game. And then the next game was against Jeremy. Um, So Zeke kind of benched me in the next round after that because I lost to him. I didn't expect the princess aggro queen deck. I was like very like taken aback. I was like, oh, I was like, it was definitely interesting to play against that. Um, and then in the next round, I played my first blue steel match of the day, which was a mid-range blue steel. Um, I was on the play and I won that round. And then I played against Jack and Jack. He said that the game that my game was the game that he had like the nuttiest play ever. He played the big lady tramp on turn five,
Hmm.
filtered through it, played another big lady tramp because he had like no, he had 7 characters on board. So he then played another lady big tramp for free, filtered through it, played another big lady tramp for
Oh
free,
no.
filtered through it, played a Chernobog for free. And then shuffled it back in there. And I was like, okay. I mean, there's only so much I can do against this deck, and that's definitely just game over right there.
Table flip.
Yeah, we were laughing about it though. So then I was at 3-2 pretty much. So it wasn't, I wasn't looking at the best numbers to get in, even if I win the next round. So I was just playing the next round just to play the next round, which ended up against Candle from World Class Cards. Um, so yeah, he was super nice though. He was like really chill. He played a Blue Steel Sheriff Nottingham item version. And I didn't expect that. So then he
Somebody called that when we were at my house. We were talking about that. They said someone was going to bring Sheriff of Nottingham.
That
That
was
was
me.
Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I gave Matt the
I think
idea.
Zeke told Nixon to put it in his deck.
Well, the card's good, bro.
It is a good. It's very
It is.
The
strong.
card's stupid.
4 items and then played Sheriff of Nottingham for 5. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh. And then he played another one for 5. And I was like, next round he played another one and then he
And it's
played
a
another
and
one.
it's a
I
big
was like,
body too. Like it's hard to deal with.
it
That's a
was
9/9.
it was super hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
So,
yeah, so I
but
lost. But it was really nice to meet him.
well, overall, like I said, I think it was a great experience for the team as a whole, regardless of results. Obviously, a great result for Zeke and uh, being there, like I said, period, is super impressive. I mean, we had what, 5 people from our team represented. Mark went on a hell of a run Saturday as we're working backwards towards Saturday, and he almost got a spot in. So we would have had 6 people represented. So I think we just continue to make our mark. And as we work towards different events like CCS this weekend, we'll continue to make strides as a team. But let's move into Saturday, not necessarily just from like the breakdown of matches, since we kind of talked about that on Sunday. But what did we start seeing from the decks of this new core constructed with Fabled? Because holy smokes, the card market with Fabled is nutty right now. So, Mark, I'll kick it to you since we haven't heard from you this evening. What did you start seeing and start recognizing right away when it came to our new Fabled core constructed?
Yeah, I'll talk to that real quick. I'll tell you right now. I decided on the last 2 cards from my deck after texting back and friend with a good buddy of mine, Donnie, on Thursday night. And similar to Zeke, Friday was a rest day for me. I didn't touch anything with Lorcana. I was on Blurple. That is not a color combination that probably anyone that's on this podcast can see me playing regularly at all. That's just not happening. People are just like, wait, Mark's not playing Tiana? Come on, it's Amber Steel. Those are his colors. Let's go. No, it was none of that. It felt like it was going to be too strong, would draw too many cards. And, that's actually what helped me out through the majority of the day. I did not have the reps on it that I should, and I wish I did because I know I could have changed the result of some of those matches. Either way, getting back to your question, what I see, round one played one of the Illuminati players. I think his name is Chris, Illuminati Dragon D's. He was on a red blue list that I'm sitting there reading every other card he's playing. I'm like, Bugle Boys? What is this?
Oh, that Beagle
Uh,
Boys, the red blue color
oh
combo
yeah,
card. That card's good. I like that one.
but that matchup, I'll tell you right now, there's a reason why Dumbo is a ridiculously priced card. That was in my deck. I saw it both games, and I gotta, give a shout out to the players on the team who helped me get those cards. That was a huge thank you to that. That was super impactful. I walked away from that match going, okay, so Dumbo's gonna be a problem. Because that helped me 2-0 in that. It was fantastic. Saw another Blurple player in round two. A lot of different decisions. I completely misplayed in game one on the play, lost that. Won game two and game three. I saw a second star to the right twice from my opponent. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, the first one I can get through. The second one was just not going to be enough. Yeah, just couldn't do much to that.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've on Nito. I've been
mhm.
seeing second star to the right
Oh,
all so much all of a
it's
sudden.
card's so good. Card's so good. I don't know if you've seen the prices on that enchanted. Those have spiked by $50 as well in the last day or two.
Yeah, because
So,
they used to be dirt cheap. So
hmm
to your point of the Dumbo, I've been tracking that thing like crazy because I day one I was like I looked at it and I think it was when I was just like at like $52 or whatever, and I put into the Discord. I'm like, holy smokes, that's expensive for a single card. And after like during the event, it started going up. And I posted something into our Discord about it's like, oh man, this card, it's crazy. Matt calls me directly and he says, get it now. Because if you don't, you're going to regret it. He's like, I've got a feeling, like I'm typically right on this, but you do what you want. But I think you should get it. So shout out to Matt. I pulled the trigger, and
Nice.
it's gone up. I think $18 since I got into it, which is crazy.
Well, Matt, good call on that. You definitely called the right shot on that one, buddy.
I can't take all the credit. Nixon's the big brain in my brain. So the moment Nixon says, "Hey, pick this up," I have to trust it 1,000%, no matter what. I keep second guessing myself. That man knows his stuff so well. It's insane. It's
So
it's
what?
Nixon. It's mainly Nixon. I'm telling you.
So Nixon, what did you see in that card and in Saturday of anything else that you think is going to be impactful in this meta?
You mean Dumbo and or any other card
Yeah,
for that? Well, just reading the card itself, it's like considering it's a heavy evasive meta, um, it itself being evasive is huge, but like just the amount of draw that you can potentially get from that card. Like everyone knew that it was going to be good, but like no one knew it was going to be that good, especially in this meta. I think that's why like every deck is now transitioning to like for Hades, for Let It into the Unknown, just specifically for to stop that card from just like popping off.
yeah.
But as for like other cards, I think Scar is like almost to that level. I think someone's pretty close to breaking that card. I have like I usually do like a huge buy list going into the set, and I like thoroughly try to read every card. And there's a good amount of cards I'm like we need to have for this card now, ignoring the pre-release prices because it's either going to go down or go up drastically, and it's going to even out. So might as well just get the cards now. Um, I think Lilo still sitting at $15 now is kind of crazy. I know it dropped down like 10 at one point, but it's just the meta changing to what it's at now is just like making a lot of older cards shine. Um, I see the set more being like a support set for older cards being able to shine now, and cards are just gonna continue to go up in my opinion. So you should just get them now before it's too late.
So
Honestly, in my opinion.
I agree with you on because that was one of the comments that had been made within this group on the podcast before is that we were interested to see what cards were going to come to light now post rotation that we weren't looking at before, but now are going to start getting play, and we're like, wow, that's really good. Like we were talking before we jumped on about the Madam Mim elephant.
Elephant.
This card is kind of broken too, with being able to kind of move that damage at the beginning of turn if necessary, with being a seven backer on that. I mean, that can help you clear some stuff very quickly.
I
Um,
think the biggest thing about that card is just the 7 health, and then just being able to reuse Hades, Elsa, Big Elsa, like cards that let you just control the board.
mhm.
That is like huge now. What's another card? I think Aurora is being played a lot more now. The set one Aurora. I think Ward is going to be a huge thing in this meta going forward. So I think people need to start preparing for that. But there's a few other cards as well.
You mentioned the Lilo. Are you saying that you're surprised that that is still so high, that it's not going to be as good as what you thought, or
I mean,
that
I knew the card was going to be good, but the fact that it's sitting at 15 so is a little shocking considering it's more of like a support um, support card. Realistically, you're not playing it in a deck with aliens for the second effect.
yeah,
Um,
you're playing it to get the Challenger 2
yeah,
buff as soon
yeah,
as it
exactly.
hits.
Um, but it is super rare at the end of the day, and Fable is still kind of hard to get, so kind of explains the price. But there's certain cards that you should just currently you should have by now, and I think Lilo is one of them. Um,
which is super important for the team. All of us kind of like scraping together what we can, especially going into CCS this weekend. So I know a good portion of the group is heading to Atlanta, and why we kind of wanted to have the conversation about the meta and what we saw Saturday and what's kind of popping up. Dylan, what are you kind of teching for now and thinking that you got to make sure that you have on hand come Saturday in Atlanta?
Yeah, so for me, the meta right now looks very rock, paper, scissors like. And I think that's what a lot of people would say. You have kind of the big three being Blurple, Purple Steel, and Amber Steel aggro. And one beats the other and it goes in an infinite loop. So it's interesting. Two of those decks are, I'd say, two of the best versions of those three decks are running Dumbo. So that card's just going to be super coded. I mean, there was versions like with second star to the right and no Dumbo and Blurple and stuff, and it's doable, but it's just a little bit less consistent. In a meta where you're kind of lacking a lot of the card draw that we used to have, a card like Dumbo is just it's going to be one of the best cards in the format for sure. And Amethyst is going to be one of the best colors. Um, it's going to be interesting for CCS because the meta is going to start to branch out. Like you have those decks, and those are probably going to be like the go-tos, but then you're going to start seeing like these off meta like rogue decks that are kind of tech to beat those matchups, right? Like you're gonna start seeing the green blue decks. I mean, some of them on Saturday started off pretty good on the stream and stuff. Those definitely have potential. I think there's some red steel decks that have potential. It's a very tempo oriented meta, so red steel can do well in that. I think we're gonna see some interesting stuff, but I don't think you're gonna see too much shift in those top three, I'd say, because they're just the most consistent. You know what I mean? You have like the best aggro colors, the best like mid range colors, and then the best control colors. I don't see that changing too much. So going into CCS, I think the majority of the room will be on those three colors for sure. So it's really about like what do you think you're going to see more of, I guess, or what do you find the most consistent, and then what small alterations can you throw in there to maybe give you the edge, and people might not expect. That's just my mindset. But right now, I'm just trying to tinker around with a lot of different things, and yeah, I don't think the meta is super solved yet, but I think we can probably expect to see those three decks for a while.
Yeah, we see some lanes there for sure. The ability on Dumbo, what you were talking about as far as the card draw, the functionality is broken online right now that it doesn't work. But like I've been testing every time I've tried to do whatever what is it called? Mystery
Making history.
m
Making history.
making history. You try it,
Yeah.
it can't resolve.
No, you can't resolve making history on Dumbo. For Dumbo, you have to resolve breaking records.
No, I know, but you're supposed to be able to the one that gives it to all the other evasive
Yeah, that's
characters
making history.
making history. That one's not resolving on when I try and activate it, it bugs out on me every single time
Mm.
and it doesn't work. But still being able to be in a situation like I was testing earlier and I had three other evasives on board besides Dumbo, and I'm looking at this as like, holy smokes, drawing three cards and gaining three lore here and still being able to play one additional character because you're late in game and you have a ton of ink to play with is, I mean, that's a great spot to be in. But I forgot who said it. Mark, was it you? Into the unknown is you're starting to see that a lot. Um, yeah, I've been seeing that card pop up too, just to clear Dumbo off the board as quickly as possible.
Oh yeah,
In the
Also,
that was
board,
villain, I
Tiana.
think.
and yeah,
Yeah,
Also,
and
also,
Tiana was.
yeah, Tiana's a big problem for
Mm.
Blurple. Yeah, they have a hard time dealing with it without NT unknown, so you kind of need it there.
so my and Zeke, you gonna try and run it back on Saturday?
Oh, is this Blue Steel? No. I mean, I think Blue Steel's like an interesting spot. Like Scar is obviously like a cool draw engine, but like it's super high rolly. It's like you have to set up like four things to like really get a great effect out of it. No, and like the Jasmine stuff too, like it's like super high rolly. Um, there's a world where I can see like Alice still being playable. I mean, I still think it is playable. I still think it is good. Um, But the problem is, like, if you go down blue steel route, you have like very little outs to you have like no outs to evasives. And like I think it's a very evasive centric meta. And you just can't go like as like wide as fast as like a yellow steel. Like you're still a fast deck, but you're not going like super wide right away. Like you're more like fast on like turn 4 and 5. Because you still like generally want to like just basic curve out, whereas like yellow steel just wants to like throw up the whole hand. I think purple steel is the best because I do think it is like the triangle, but I think within the triangle, like I don't think Blurple can beat Yellow Steel, and I don't really think Yellow Steel can beat Purple Steel, but I think Purple Steel can beat Blurple. I think that's like the least favorable. I still think Blurple's favored in the matchup. I just think Purple Steel has the best time beating basically like its thing that's it's supposed to beat it. Because if you can go wide, like super wide, like Blurple still has a tough time dealing with it. And you kind of have to high roll with like Doc. Like you have to like throw the whole hand out there and then high roll with Doc. Because by the time you get like the Dumbo set up against Blurple, like they can into the unknown, they can Hades it. They also have like Genie, Elsa to clear. Like you're kind of just having like an evasive battle with them. Um, whereas with like Doc, like you can go super wide and then just Doc, and like you just have 8, 9 things on the board because like there's just not very much removal. And then you just start questing and questing and questing, and even if they take like better trades into you, then you can drop like a Skater Mim, and then you can clear them out. You can drop like the Jafar, you drop like a Lilo. And there's a lot of cool card, and you still have like Cobra and White Rose to, like gain lore too.
Yeah,
Like
those
those
instant
are
lore gains. And I
um
think that's going to be the key to beating Blurple if you're on the purple steel because already playing against it, once they get to that Hades mark, you can get cooked so fast. They're removing
Yeah.
things. Yeah, you're getting the ink out of it, but and if you don't hit those stocks, you're completely cooked. Like right before we jumped on, I was testing and sharing my screen. That's basically what happened. I got hit with two back-to-back Hades, and I was like, I can't do anything else here. So I think it's all going to be your timing and how wide you can get before they get to the big removal with Hades, and even being able to play your Elsas and things like that too. So
There's definitely some decks that do well against purple steel that we saw Saturday too. Another deck I forgot to mention was the red purple like move damage deck. There was like two,
Winderdingers.
yeah, that one made top 8 and then another one in top 16.
I
And
hadn't
I
seen
don't,
that one.
yeah, I don't think anyone was really expecting it. I mean, the archetype is there, right? Like you have the Madame Medusa from I think it was set 8. You have the everybody's has a weakness, and like that deck's
Hmm.
super. That was Tiago's, I think, only loss in Swiss. And I saw that matchup, and it looked brutal for Tiago. Like he couldn't get a Dumbo to stick. Like just every turn, stuff was just getting removed, even without him really exerting stuff. And the red purple just had so much more draw. But then you start to like look at the deck and you're like, okay, it struggles against purple, because they're just gonna go. You go into late game and purple just wins that battle. So it's still kind of rock paper scissors like, but I think there's a lot of good tempo oriented decks, and I think purple and green blue are the really like only the real control decks, I guess, in the meta, um, if you can call it that. But
Be King Undisputed. This and Shark has been
yeah,
a menace online already as well when it comes to that those Ruby decks right now. Being able to pull that back and replay it only at a 4 cost is that can be troublesome for Blurple and Purple Steel as well. Getting some of those characters off your board.
yeah, I think Shark should be in a really good spot, but so many people are on Blurple, it just gets Hades, so it's kind of rough. But Shark is still an insanely strong card on its own. So we'll see what people come up with.
Listen, have you guys ever been in a loop with double Aurora on field? That's not fun. I'm
Yeah.
telling you right now, it's not fun. We were testing yesterday. I got double Aurora looped, and you cannot clear anything. Have
Her
fun.
Enchanted's picking up in price as well. So
Yep.
keep an eye on that.
Listen, I'm telling you that there's something there. Me and Nix were talking about it this morning. There's something there with the
Hmm.
Aurora. It's if you get double out, they both have ward. Good luck clearing one. You can't.
So
Like
talk me through that one. Which Aurora is this?
set one Aurora got reprinted and fabled. It gives all your other characters ward. She doesn't have ward, but if you set up two, now they both have ward. So good luck trying to turn it sideways, and it's not gonna work.
Oops.
Yeah, it's a Aurora, what, Dreaming Guardian.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's like
And she
no
was in the pre-constructed deck from
Yeah,
set
she was
one, I
in one of the
think,
starter decks as set one.
as a foil. So
All
you can get
right.
those cheap.
I have mine because Nixon's been putting me on. Because again, trust that man. I'm telling you.
Yep, yep.
Any other thoughts so far on what we've seen on the meta or what we're going to
Um,
take into CCS here, Mark?
yeah, I think the only other thing I would say is if you're going to CCS, you got to be prepared, just like Dylan said, for the big three. You have to test against the purple steel, the blurple, as well as the amber steel. And I don't know if they've made any announcements. I'm hoping CCS is potentially looking to have melee there as a backup. I don't know if people who are watching the stream on Saturday noticed there was a lot of delays in that tournament. I'm not sure if that was on the play hub versus not enough training on the play hub, but all it comes down to is that event was easily delayed by 2.5 hours to start, plus at least another hour and a half before it was fully over based off of issues with how it was. And it's not an SSG thing. We love SSG here. Happy to play that store continuously. But the Play Hub software was what they were saying. The people who were running it, the judges that were running it, causing a lot of issues that day. So I'm hoping that we get a smoother event this coming weekend.
But yeah,
I,
you guys started like 3 hours later than it was supposed to, right?
By the time I left, I was there over 12 hours
That's a long day.
yeah, and then
for
I think
7 rounds.
the standings were like not correctly calculated either. So like after round 7 or like
Mhm.
6 or something, I had already left, but like people were saying they had to like manually pair, and
Yeah.
it was a shit show
They
basically.
manually
And
paired on the app and then announced a repair. We waited like another 10, 15 plus minutes after that. And it already took like 45 minutes for that round to start. And then they said that the pairings might not be. And then we ended up playing the people that we initially were paired against anyway. That was the second time the day that happened. There was another repair for a third repair on the day. And I think round 4 or 5, it was rough.
Yeah, that's obviously super rough, especially and again, knowing that this isn't on SSG, but you compare it to other large scale tournaments. I mean, Dylan was just in Texas a month or so ago, and you said that you guys were in and out in what, 6 hours? And how many
yeah,
rounds was that and how many people?
it was 9 rounds of Swiss. Yeah, it was a little bit more than
Wow.
6 hours, but yeah, it was probably like 7 or like 8 hours.
8 hours.
Well, not no, probably like 9. Yeah, because it's about an hour round. Like
Mhm.
you always have at least a couple games going overtime, but 50-minute rounds. But like yeah, if you can get through a round in an hour for a tournament, that's pretty good. With no delays. Like if you start on time,
Mhm.
everybody's happy, you know what I mean? But it just the play hub obviously still has some issues, some kinks that they have to work out. And luckily CCS is on melee. So
All right,
that's
good.
A
Really
yeah.
thankful for that.
They had the melee up
Nice.
a long time ago for that. So that's CCS does a good job anyway. I think they run their tournaments really well. I've been there a few times, so
Yeah. And
should be
SSG,
should be
it's
a lot of
really
fun.
tight too when they run it on melee. I didn't think
yeah,
Yeah.
this
yeah,
was
no,
It
we
wasn't
this
it
was
wasn't
issues.
SSG's fault. There
wasn't
was
an
nothing they
SSG
Yeah.
could
issue.
do.
Yeah.
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 So,
Yeah,
So
there was zero issues on Sunday. Like it very much
yeah, we
super
used melee
solid.
Sunday, and yeah, it was easy.
so Saturday CCS, we got Dylan, right? Zeke
Mm-hmm.
and Mai, correct? Nixon, are you going? Nixon,
Yes.
Matt,
Nixon.
Okay, go this
Matt,
weekend.
Matt is out. Mark, are you heading out?
No, no, I'm gonna be at home watching these guys supporting and chatting on the Discord.
All right, so the
Dan, Dan and Alan should be there.
Oh, they're
Um,
going.
yeah,
nice.
I believe Dan and Alan are driving up.
Oh yeah.
Albert was saying he might go. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll see.
Albert's still alive.
Um,
Yeah.
Albert's
We
still
don't
alive,
hear from that guy
maybe.
for like
He
two
might
months.
be. I don't know.
I need
I
proof of
hope
life on
I hope
Albert.
he's alive.
Um,
Well, Jordan's going, so he maybe.
Yeah, Jordan's going, the Metafy guy's going, like a bunch of the Team Snuggly Duckling people are going.
Hey, someone get me a shiny mat from the
Um,
Mattify guy, please.
Zeke's gonna buy us all dinner.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sir.
That's right.
whoa.
yeah.
That's
Oh, you
right.
missed it.
He's
You gotta
wealthy
stay,
Winners,
now.
you stay till the end
winners.
for dinner, Dylan.
All right, you have to buy, but we're definitely all doing dinner like Saturday night or something.
Oh
It's
yeah.
Yeah, we're trying
no,
to get a
no.
bunch there's, I mean, Mikey, like, oh, a bunch of the
Yeah, the
Independent
SSG guys are
guys, the
going.
SSG
All
guy.
the like the people who are already in Atlanta, like all the Zan people and all that. It's gonna
Oh,
be. I think there's already like 400 signed up, and I don't even know if they have a cap, but
Yeah, they
it's
have
a
like
it's like a 480 cap.
yeah, they're changing it so that I think it's like 7 or 8 rounds Saturday, and then 2 more rounds Sunday, and then they
Yeah,
go into top cut. So that's fine, but I think the downside is for the people who make the top cut won't be able to play in the 5K or 10K Sunday.
yeah,
Whereas like their tournaments used to be structured where they could get all the Swiss rounds in on Saturday, do the top cut early in the morning Sunday, and then if you could still play the
You can still
Sunday
play the
tournament.
side event if you
I
want.
will
Yeah.
say,
Yeah,
so yeah, the first two Swiss rounds start at, like the last two Swiss rounds start at 10, and the side events start at 12 on Sunday.
there is
so
a
yeah, so like basically, if you make top, you're not playing
Make top,
the
you're not
the
playing.
yeah, which I guess is fine. Most people probably aren't going to complain, but it'd be cool to be able to do it. I mean, even if you lose your first round, you could take
I
a
believe it's,
round one loss
is it a
or
top
something.
16 or top 32?
I want to say 16 because it's a
16.
pretty big field. Yeah, I don't know for sure. I'd have to look at it, but they're paying out to 32. I
Yeah, they're
believe.
paying out to
Or
32.
they're
You
giving
get
the points.
points.
So this is their first tournament for their invitational, like
Yeah,
structured
that's
tournament.
4.
So yeah, they're giving you points all the way up to like top 128, I believe. And then you accumulate points for the more tournaments you go to, and the better you do. So I mean, even if you don't make in the money, like you still get the points for the invitational. And their invitational is gonna be a 50K tournament. So that's
That's
huge.
insane. That's
Yeah.
huge. Yeah.
And the side events also do, I think the side events do points too.
I think so. Yeah, just points,
Yeah.
I believe.
But I
I
think
think
just
that's just
the
Top Cut. Yeah.
yeah, just Top Gun, it's just the 5K. I know there's the women's and like the kids tournament. Those don't get any points. Because I know like my
Boo.
do the women's one.
Yeah, I was debating on doing the women's one only because it's pretty cool that they have one specifically for just women. But it's also kind of like
You don't get
I
points.
don't get
It's
points.
like a
Yeah.
it's
It's
only
a
It's a
small
five.
prize
It's like
pool.
500. The total prize pool is like 500.
It is
It
cool,
is cool though. It is cool to
it is,
do it.
Yeah.
but
but
like
give
that's what I'm
but
debating with.
give our girls points. Let's go.
Yeah.
Zeke, we have a competition. We have a competition tomorrow. Tomorrow at 12, we got a competition, man.
Oh.
Yeah, we have a
Yeah,
competition, man.
me
We
and
got.
Matt still don't have Milwaukee tickets.
Was
Oh,
that tomorrow?
that's
It is
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
So if we don't get Milwaukee tickets, time to Arvin Seeger box, baby.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh.
so yeah, good luck to you two trying to get your Milwaukee tickets. And we know Dylan's in, Mai's in, Nixon, you're good too, right? So I still have my attendee badge, trying to figure out if I'm going to utilize it.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's gonna be just me on the account trying to get tickets. No one else.
I'll clip that.
No one else.
Send it to Ravensburger.
Don't send that
Oh
through. Don't
no,
send that through, Dave. Don't
you
send
guys
that.
are cooked.
No one else.
Why did you say that?
Just me.
Oh,
Me.
goodness.
At least I didn't get my ticket early.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know
That's
what
not
you're
a
talking
Dylan. That's not a
What?
Dylan.
Oh, no.
Hey,
about.
let me do it.
Yeah, it's not Dylan's fault.
It's not a Dylan.
Just check at 11.
Yeah,
But
just go
I
on early.
I think overall here too, I feel like we're in a much better spot. I know about a month and a half ago, it things seemed a little rocky. But I think after this weekend, obviously placing the Infinity tournament's different, but Hearing so many good things come out of the Fable tournament, seeing so many new cards being played, new old cards being played. I think we're still in a healthy spot for the game that can only continue to get better, especially with some of the more marquee events coming up like CCS this weekend, Milwaukee in October. We'll continue to see core constructed grow a little bit more and us get some experience in the new core constructed format and start trying to break this game a little bit more. Nixon, we're gonna have to use your big brain reading the cards and figuring out what the play is, my guy.
Almost there. I'm almost there.
Almost there. Almost cracking the code. Almost cracking the code. But great week for the team. It felt good to be back here on the podcast with everyone, kind of debriefing what we're doing. Excited for you guys for this weekend and getting together at some point before you guys leave to test a little bit more, so someone can bring home another dub on the weekend. But I appreciate everyone joining, and we will chat with you guys next. Oh, wait, do you have something, Mai?
Let's show you
Oh yeah, the tote bag.
Oh,
Sling
the tote
bag.
bag.
the bag that he
Oh,
got.
Sling.
The sling bag.
Yeah.
Sling
the
bag.
sl the sling bag, the
And
Hey,
mat.
then
wait, Zeke, you're home Thursday. I still owe you like 3 pizzas, right?
Yeah, you do. You owe me 3 pizzas and a
Three
case of
All
pizzas.
right.
Coke.
this
Yep,
is
yep,
He's,
yep.
about 8
he's gonna
man.
need them, bro. The Cowboys are playing Thursday.
Oh, that's
Oh.
right.
Oh.
That and
Oh,
tissues, right?
Bro, I already marked where I'm put the hole in my wall.
oh my gosh. So is
That
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 are we
that and a box of tissues.
the Zeke, you got to rock the bucket hat again on Saturday. Power to the
Yes.
bucket
Oh yeah.
hat.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Look
Oh
at
my
getting power.
God.
Look at getting power.
Zeke, let me tell you, one of the proudest moments of my Lorcana playing time was watching the semifinals. You weren't on the semifinals. They had somebody else up. 10 minutes in, they're like, yeah, and Zeke just 2-0'd the guy? Oh my God.
That's what was that
So
super fast one. Yeah.
yeah, just want to say I'm over here going nuts
Yeah, it was a
after
good
that
time.
happened.
Yeah, huge shout out too to like everybody that was there, like Freddie, Monty, Mikey Senior, Brian, Joey, like Chuck himself, dude. Chuck was super cool. I remember like I saw Chuck and like, I was like, "Oh, how are we gonna do today, Chuck?" And he was like, "You know what? I'm only playing this deck 'cause I want to play it one last time. I'm gonna go 0-3 and drop." Um, but it was just super cool. Like Freddie was cheering me on like the whole time. Like I would go like I would see Freddie after every round. He'd be like, "Did you get it?" I'd be like, "I got it." He'd be like, "Just keep winning." So I promised him. I promised him I'd buy him dinner if I
Oh,
won.
hey, you still owe me $75 for each of those pork sandwiches. That's why
Ooh.
you won the power of the pork sandwich. This man
I
came
gotta
this
start
man
eating
came to my
some.
house and took down like 3 pounds.
On
But it was
on
good
on
though.
two
Like each
bottom
one.
ones, man. Two bottoms, two tops. Didn't even do a top and a bottom.
That's the strat.
And I will say, even though Chuck calls us stinkcasters,
Oh
each and
no.
every one of
Oh, I
us
wasn't
is
gonna
a
bring that up.
stinkcaster. Um, we appreciate the, what is it, Infinity invite to
Yeah,
going out with him for drinks
yeah. From Team STD.
Excellent.
There you go. There
from
you
Team
go.
STD.
So from Team STD.
Yeah,
Well,
please cut this. Please cut
on
this.
on
Shout out,
that
shout
note,
out, Austin.
No, that was bro. Me and Chuck sit down. He goes, "What's Team Stinkcasters?" And I'm like, "Team STD."
anyway,
Dude, Chuck,
on
Chuck's a
that
funny
note,
guy.
Oh, we're
we will
cooked.
talk to you guys next week. And if you want more of Ezekiel's amazing commentary, catch him tomorrow with the Illumineers, right?
Lumineers, Lumineers.
Illumineers, the
Tears. Yep.
Illumineers
Lumineer,
podcast.
dude, I wish I was going to a Lumineers concert though. That's a great band.
Yeah, the catch him tomorrow on there, and we will see you guys next week after CCS. Peace.
All right, take care, everybody.